Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Halal, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Qadash. Send double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Send much peace, love, and salutations to y'all came out there pushing the word sincerely and truth. This is the brother Ariella. Today's lesson is going to be called Buy and Hold the Truth. Buy and hold the truth. You know, buying and holding in the markets, whatever markets that you're in, whether it's currencies or whether it's traditional stocks and things like that, is always been seen as the long play for the best gains in the market, you know. And we're in the spiritual market, so to speak. And so buying and holding and not trading in and out like they do, and you know, we're not day trading this truth. We're buying something that we believe in and we're holding it. And just like it says here in the book of Proverbs, the 23rd chapter and 23rd verse, it says, buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. This is a long-term play, and we're playing for what keeps. We're playing for the kingdom. We're storing, we're buying up these spiritual ducats, so to speak, and we're just building it and growing in the heavens for the return of Yahawashi, right? And so we have to keep that mindset up. Even here in Matthew, it's kind of an investor mindset when the way that we look at basically getting cool points with the Heavenly Father. In Matthew, the 6th chapter, it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So we have to make sure that we're continuing to buy into this truth and sell and not, continuing to build that spiritual asset to be prepared for the return of Yahawashi. Okay, and so I want to play this clip because it kind of, you know, goes into the mindset of kind of how we look at these things and how we go about this truth. You know, you have different types of people come in and around this truth. You have, you know, when you read the parable about the seeds being sown on different ground. Yeah, so that, you know, I'm likening to that to people coming in and out of the market, you know, and getting absolutely dismantled when there's volatility in the market. And you best to believe you're going to have volatility in your life when you take on this ministry, when you take on this pilgrimage. Things are going to go up and things are going to go down. But if you have a long-term viewpoint and you continue to buy the truth and sell it not, you should be seeing that you're trending up and to the right on the chart. You're trending. You're one day closer to the ultimate glorification with Yahawashi. You're one day closer to the big hit, so to speak, where everything that we're doing here basically is revealed and manifested in the earth, you know. And it's just like what people want to see happen to their portfolio. They're buying and holding and believing that the valuation is going to be realized one day. Well, we're doing that here in this truth, man. So I wanted to just talk about buying and holding. I'm going to use this 5-star finance. They're talking about Warren Buffett investment strategies to highlight what I'm saying, okay? So here we go.
And the 60-40 investing strategy provides the classical balance. But today, we're going to be looking at what some billionaire investors have called the ultimate buy and hold strategy. In simpler terms, the buy and hold strategy simply means that you're staying invested for a long period. That also means that customary market crashes should not put you off, and you're actually staying invested for years or even decades.
Yeah, custom market crashes. And sometimes you might be going through a spiritual crash. You're like right now, like in the spirit, it's kind of like a lull. It's like, man, we need something to happen. We need something to just pop off big. You know what I mean? Keep the juices flowing. But the whole point of it is that you have a long-term kingdom mindset, and you know that you're not going anywhere because you're like, I'm buying and I'm holding and I'm in long-term. No matter what, all the ups and all the downs, it's about endurance, you know. Matthew 10:22, it says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Okay, and so you have that mindset to persevere because you know that you're holding on to the most valuable asset in the universe, which is the truth, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahawah Shah. Just like you have that story in Ezra. It's what's the most powerful thing in the world? Is it women? Is it wine? Is it the king? No, it's none of those things. It's actually the truth. The truth is the most valuable thing you can hold on to. You know, in Proverbs 16:16 says, "How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver." Okay, these things. This is the most precious commodity, the most precious thing you could hold on to. You want to buy and hold, but you're gonna go through ups and downs. You're gonna go through market cycles, right? Spiritual market cycles. Satan is always going to be on the attack. He's always going to be wanting to devour those who are holding on to faith, okay? And see if he can get you to waver. So we have to understand that. And it's just like when a speculator is investing in a market. He's going to go through fear, uncertainty, and doubt, what they call FUD. You're going to have market crashes. It happens, all right? But it's either it's going to go back up or it's going to, this whole world's going to end. You know what I'm saying?
Now, this strategy can help you avert many knee-jerk reactions, which could actually have a devastating impact on your annual returns. This strategy is a passive investment strategy, and if you're following this strategy, that means you're holding onto your stocks regardless of what the market situation is. According to John C. Bogle, the founder and chief executive of the Vanguard Group, and also credited as the founder of the first ever index fund in the stock market, said, "Buy and hold is eternal." And truth be told, there's a good reason for that. He was probably one of the greatest investors known to the investing world.
He said buying, holding is eternal. And that's the mindset you got to have spiritually. You're buying and holding on to this thing, man, so you can get immortality.
Now, Jack Bogle has left his legacy revolving around buying and holding stocks for the long term. This is the reason he said, if you hold the stock market, you will grow with America. He helped thousands and thousands of people by introducing them to an investing strategy that defined a generation. Now the trend tells us that investors employing this particular strategy tend to outperform the active management, and that they're making significant returns in the longer run. And to put the cherry on the cake, they're also getting advantages when it comes to the capital gains taxes. We all know that when we're buying a stock, we're actually buying into that company. Suppose you're buying some Apple AAPL stock. Let's say that you bought 100 shares of Apple stock. Now, if you bought 100 shares at the closing price of $18 per share in January 2007, and despite certain deadly fluctuations where you saw many of your peers getting rid of this stock, you decided to hang on until 2018. Now you're looking at Apple stock worth $157 per share. That's an astonishing return rate of more than 900%, whereas your friends who decided to pull out of this stock are still trying to make some money by investing in some startups, ETFs, bonds, and other real.
And we see there's people trading in and out of this truth, man. People selling out for whatever reasons. They get distracted. They don't, oh man, maybe some FUD comes against Great Millstone, so now they want to go leave and do their own thing, and they want to go get into this. But spiritually, what's happening is that they're trading out of the best position that they could have been in, just because market sentiment at that time was low. Now, you have the sentiment behind this doctrine, what we're teaching here. It has its ups and downs. And so you have people who lose faith. And what do? They sell out. They sell out their positions. When if you would have just bought and held, at the end, when everything turns around, in the end, when these prophecies start to be revealed, people are going to know where their real asset was at. People are going to know what the Most High was, who is he really working with. Wait until we start to see this MOTB come to fruition even more. When the headlines and the headwinds of World War III are at your doorstep. Now the value of what we're holding on as far as this doctrine is going to go through the roof. You're going to have people clamoring to be around us, to be around the men of the Lord, to get a level of understanding. But really, the Most High is looking for that obedience and that grit, okay? Because things are always happening, man, okay? It says in James chapter 1, verse 4, verse 3, it says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work. You got buy and hold, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. See, Most High's not dealing with wavery cats. Here and there, you're listening to this group, you're listening to that doctrine, you're not sure about this, you're not sure about that, you don't want to meet up with the Akyam, you're not involved, that wavering, that weak nature. Most High's not going to feed into that type of spirit. He's looking for those who are ride or die, who are down, who are long-term minded. Okay? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Okay? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and he can be tossed to and fro, broken. Okay? You want to have that, you like I keep saying, you want to have a mindset like these long-term investors, these uber billion and trillionaires damn near. They understand the nature of patience. They understand the nature of buying and holding. They understand of be still. Like the scriptures say, be still and know that I'm Yahawah, Yahawashi. And as things get crazy, buy and hold. Buy and hold this truth.
Real estate assets. When following the buy and hold strategy, there's no intention of selling the stocks in the short term. Investors mostly follow and rely on fundamental analysis when using this strategy. The analysis mostly includes factors like the previous performance of the company and its long-term growth strategy. Now let us understand how buying and holding stock for the long term actually works mathematically. Assume that Mr. X is having a total of $500,000 to invest in different companies throughout the stock market, and he is actually trying to find some quality stocks so that he can enjoy great returns. But seeing the market conditions, which according to Mr. X weren't favourable to invest all of his money, he decided to invest 50% of the money in stocks, 20% in bonds, and the remaining 30% goes into some other asset classes such as real estate and government-issued bills. Now, after a tenure of 2 years, due to some policy changes by the Federal Reserve and some great macroeconomic conditions for business, there's a sharp rise in the value of stocks in which the principal investment was made. The weight of the stocks rises in the portfolio from 50 to 75%, and the investment in other asset classes is reduced to 10% and 15%. Now this situation is confusing Mr. X. Should he maintain the original ratio of 50% in stocks? For that, he has to sell some of his stocks. And should he cash out? Should he enjoy the leverage of some quick money? Now, if Mr. X decides to sell the stocks, he is not sticking to the principles of the buy and hold strategy. Contrary to the above situation, if Mr. X refrains...
This is a person that you got to have vision, man. Scriptures talk about vision. Scriptures talk about, being able to basically see the kingdom in your mind. All right? We're not going to short sell right here in Babylon. Come on now. You got to hold to the end. Okay? But you got people that come to this truth that are just like this guy, Mr. X. All right? The volatility in the market, people just selling out, they leaving, they want to get gain in the world or whatever, family or whatever they got going on, man. And they forget the long vision view of the kingdom. Okay?
Plans to interfere with his stock position and lets them grow, or he ignores all of his friends, relatives and financial advisors on his favourite podcast who was emphasising rebalancing the portfolio. In this case, he is holding onto his stocks and hence following the buy and hold strategy. After all, he finally decides to go with the buy and hold strategy. Actually, he was fortunate enough to hear about the Oracle of Omaha and the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, who stresses that the money is made in investments by investing and by owning good companies for long periods. They're going to do fine 10, 20, 30 years from now. And on another occasion, Buffett emphasizes that if they're trying to buy and sell stocks and worry when they go down a little bit and they think they should maybe sell them when they go up, they're not going to have very good results. Mr. X now believes that he is way busier to start the short-term market fluctuations, and in July 2013, he worked hard and saved some $2,300, which he invested without any hesitation in Facebook stock. So in July 2013, the closing prices of this stock were around some $23 per share. And by doing some basic math, we can certainly know that Mr. X actually got his hands on 100 shares of Facebook stock. He was determined, to say the least, and he held the stock for 11 years. Finally, he sold these shares in July 2019, and to his pleasure, now the stock prices were lurking somewhere around $204 per share. Now, we need to observe that the rate of returns over here is great, and Mr. X has got $181 more per share. The holding period was a long one, and the returns were extravagant, even more than 786%. This is what the buy and hold strategy is all about. It worked efficiently for Mr. X. It can also work for every value investor if they invest their money in the right way.
And everybody, all the brothers that are more financially minded, I already know. You know, we came into this truth in 2007, and the stock market crashed, and the MOTB wasn't even really on the scene like that. We were just having the speculation of the news about it was starting to rise finally. And imagine if you would have bought up the market then. I actually know a group of guys that did. They're all retired now. But, you know, and it's just the same way with this truth. You buy in on something when nobody's looking. It's called, you know, first investor movement. And so right now, even this truth is still like the underbelly of society. People are not paying attention to it. And that's how the Most High wants it, because he's only looking for an elect. But when this thing starts to run, when this thing starts to pop off, I remember when Facebook and all them first came out, nobody wanted to mess with Facebook. Everybody was clowning it. But if you would have bought in when nobody wanted it, you would have had the most returns. And it's the same way with this truth, man. Buy in early, because I'm telling you, the Most High is looking for his gold, for his silver, and he's gonna make that up. But you're gonna have to endure hardness. You're gonna have to endure the ups and downs of this life, the ups and downs of being hated on, disrespected, okay, not acknowledged and appreciated. Okay, spat on by society, people in society that you know ain't worth crap. You're going to have to deal with that, all right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier, okay, of Yahawashi HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully. The principles by which Yahawah has given us to go through this journey, we need to strive lawfully, okay? And keep our eye on the prize. Keep our eye on the prize, okay? It says the husbandman that laboreth must be first partaker of the fruits, okay? And so, yeah, man, I just wanted to come and talking about that buy and hold strategy. It's always something that, you know, that I'm looking into as far as in the markets and everything like that. And I felt like it relates to the truth so much. It relates to our journey in this truth. It's a long-term investment. And it takes a mindset of endurance, patience, long-suffering, and all the spiritual characteristics, the fruits of the spirit that Yahawashi want us to have, man. Delayed gratification, buy and hold. These are all spiritual principles, and they work out in the earth. We see it work out in the earth. It works out in farming. It works out in finance. It works out in relationships. Okay, it's a spiritual principle that you see works out in the long run, because everything is operating through the spirit and power of Yahweh. We just have a wicked, evil ruler in the earth that wants to manipulate you and put you in a position where you can't take advantage of, you know, these godly principles that's written into the earth. So we're waiting for the return of Yahawah so we can actually accomplish these things and forward these things in righteousness, okay? So, but I don't want to belabor the point too much, man. With that all being said, call Halal, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Qadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation to Yakim out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth. Please comment, man, and add any value that you believe you can, man. Shalom.